Good morning, brothers and sisters, and welcome to our daily word from the Lord. I trust that you're having a blessed Holy Week as you continue to reflect on all of the amazing events that happened in the life of Jesus leading up to his death on the cross. And the scripture that I want to focus on for today is a scripture where we find Jesus uttering these words while he was on the cross. When Jesus knew that everything was accomplished, that the scriptures might be fulfilled, he said, "I'm thirsty." A jar full of sour wine was sitting there, so they fixed a sponge full of sour wine on hyssop and held it up to his mouth. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." Then bowing his head, he gave up his spirit. The hymn that I want to connect with that scripture today is the hymn that was written by Bill and Gloria Gaither, entitled "It Is Finished." And she tells the story of how they came to write that hymn. And she said that they got to attend a service in which the great orator B.R. Lanking was going to deliver a sermon on Jesus' last words from the cross, "It is finished." And then they were supposed to sing a song at that service. And she says that it was hard to forget the conclusion of Dr. Lanking's message. And he ended with these words, "And the drops of blood from his precious hands seeped into the sand below the old rugged cross, and said to the sand, 'It is finished.' The grains of sand whispered their message to the blades of grass, 'It is finished.' A little bird swooped down and plucked a blade of grass and flew to the top of the pine tree and carried the message to the uppermost branch, 'It is finished.' The pine, standing like a sentinel, raised its branches to the sky and repeated to the forest around and the clouds above, 'It is finished.' The heavens echoed the wondrous, liberating news, 'It is finished,' until the winds blew across the sea and the waves lapping on the shore repeated the message to the farthest oceans, 'It is finished.'" And she says that when they returned home, they both agreed that we've got to write a song about that message and about those words of Jesus, "It is finished." And so they started praying and started thinking about what that song would be like and what words they would use. And she said that they wrestled with those words, "It is finished," for a very long time, for more than a year. And they kept reminding themselves that, yes, they wanted to write this song about "It is finished," but it was a battle, because she said this whole theme of "It is finished," what was finished, and what was entailed in those words of Jesus. And she said that they finally realized that the cross of Jesus was about a war of cosmic proportions, the war of the ages. And this was a war with a clear objective: freedom for every soul since Eden. It was a war fought on earth where mankind could see it, and a war fought in the unseen world from the heavens to the very pit of hell. What was finished? And she said, finally, the answer began to take shape in the form of the hymn. And the words that they began to write was these: "There's a line that's been drawn through the ages. On that line stands an old rugged cross. On that cross, a battle is raging for the gain of man's soul or its loss. On one side march the forces of evil, all the demons and devils of hell. On the other, the angels of glory, and they meet on Golgotha's hill. The next verse, the earth shakes with the force of the conflict. The sun refuses to shine, for there hangs God's Son in the balance. And then through the darkness, he cries, "It is finished. The battle is over. It is finished. There'll be no more war. It is finished. The end of the conflict. It is finished. And Jesus is Lord." What an amazing, amazing song. And they wrote this song, this hymn in 1976. And it is one of the great, great hymns that captures the essence of what it meant when Jesus said, "It is finished." And I want you to